The Gospel of Judas. In the late 1970s, farmers digging near a cliff face in Middle Egypt uncovered a limestone tomb. Inside, sealed in a stone box, lay a codex, 13 leaves of papyrus, bound in leather, written in Coptic Egypt. It had been buried for nearly 1700 years. By the time scholars finally gained custody of it, nearly half the text had crumbled to dust. But what survived was enough to unsettle a story the world believed it already knew. This was the Gospel of Judas, a text the early church father Irenaeus condemned by name in the year 180 and which had not been seen since. Carbon dating placed the codex in the 3rd to 4th century. Though the original Greek composition may be older still, it emerged from the same turbulent period that produced the writings of the New Testament, but it was never included among them. The text describes private conversations between Jesus and his disciples, and one disciple in particular. In these pages, Jesus watches the others at prayer and laughs. He laughs because, according to this gospel, they do not understand who they are worshipping. They pray to a lesser god, a fool. Only Judas perceives the truth. Only Judas recognizes where Jesus has truly come from. Not from this world, but from a higher, immortal realm beyond the reach of material creation. And so Jesus takes Judas aside and reveals to him a vast, layered cosmos, aeons and luminaries stretching far beyond the visible heavens. He tells Judas that the body is a prison, that the divine spark within longs to return to its source. And then he gives Judas a task no other disciple could bear. He asks Judas to hand him over to the authorities, not as betrayal, but as liberation, to sacrifice the flesh so the spirit might be freed. If even a fragment of this text reflects an early Christian understanding, then the most reviled act in the history of the faith may not have been a crime at all. It may have been a commission carried out by the one disciple who understood the mission most completely. Who wrote such a gospel, and why, remains uncertain. Most scholars attribute it to a Gnostic community of the 2nd century, one of many early Christian groups whose writings were systematically destroyed as orthodoxy took hold. The text that survived did so only by accident, buried and forgotten in the Egyptian desert. The papyrus continues to decay. The missing fragments have not been found. And the question endures, ancient, unsettling, unresolved. Hawk's Eye is a mini-documentary series where I dive into the most magical, mysterious, and sacred corners of our world, and I'm learning right alongside you. Each episode is a journey into the stories civilizations have whispered about for millennia, from ancient texts and secret societies to forbidden wisdom hiding in plain sight.